A very good afternoon to everybody and to my special guest here, Mr. K. Siddharth. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Mr. Siddharth is a well-known name among the IAS aspirants. Those who prepare for UPSC cannot be ignorant of Mr. K. Siddharth. He is a well-known personality in this field and he coaches and mentors students who aspire to become a responsible civil servant of our UPSC civil service examinations. And he is important in this arena where he makes a successful aspirants to face this administrative difficulties or process in a proper manner. He has written more than 43 books and he has mentored more than 1,600 IAS aspirants who have become a success in this administrative services. Now let us welcome him to this program where he is there with us to discuss about the difficulties one faces when one aspires to become an IAS officer and how he has to choose an institute or whether it is necessary or not, and how his personal attitude is going to contribute in becoming a success in aspiring for IAS services. I welcome you, sir, once again, and we will have a lively discussion about this.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this nice introduction.
Thank you, sir. Given to understand that students go in search of study centers and training institutes for IAS studies, can we know how significant or insignificant these coaching centers are in their life, in their preparation to become IAS officers?
They are essential. Essential largely because an institute can ease the task of the students. And very much largely because they go on to prepare everything and then go on to serve it on a platter. So that is why it is significant. Now, the question in this case is that the mode of coaching, that is the coaching mode, is significant for the students or not. Because in a coaching mode, you do not going to consider the individual differences that exist between the students. So whether it is from a science background, social science background, literature background, or different type of cultural background, you have to have one type of a class, one type of a teaching. Now, that may not going to suit a good number of students because every student is unique, every student is exceptional. Every student is extraordinary as well, and they require a completely different form of grooming, give different form of a guidance. And that is where the coaching institutes do go on to lack in spirit. How is it that you can go on to make it reach anything that is to 400 students or 500 students? That is going to be another significant part associated with it. So you have to be very specific with respect to what exactly is it that you want from the institute. So we do not go on to say that how significant they are. It is the question can go to be put in a better manner. That is, how is it that you can go to best utilize the institute? Now, there's a third aspect that you have to take a look at it. It's like you require a reform. Most of the institutes which are going to be market oriented, which are of course commercial in nature, what they do is, and of course they don't have an option also. What they do is they take into account only your interest, some of those things which you will go on to like. Not those things that is necessary. I repeat it, not those things which the students require. They pick up only those things which the students like and which will go on to help increase the market. For example, if the student's quality is not going to be good, what the institute will going to do is that they're going to bring the quality of the classes and they're going to make them everyone at the NCERT level only. Now, if you have to study NCERT, why is it that you have to pick up all of a sudden after your +3, after +2 and +3? Why is it that you have to pick up that part? You could have studied much before also. So, if there is anything that is done to please the student, then ethically that is going to be completely wrong. And why is it that we're going to say that ethically it is wrong? Because if something is done to please me, it's like I go to a doctor and the doctor goes on to say that is take this medicine, you have a symptom, and that pleases me, that reduces my pain, and then I think that is the element is over and that the problem is going to be over, then that creates a issue. And that when that creates an issue, that is actually an issue, and that is a major issue of sorts in this case. So coaching institutes are a necessary evil. Coaching institutes are significant, and they are much more significant for those students who wish to have them, who wish to have them, and who wish to require it, and who also need a lot of assistance. It is not essential for those students who in any case will going to qualify, because these institutes have an intrinsic aspect associated with misguiding the students. Any student who is going to be completely customized, customized to a different type of preparation, all the institutes will go on to say that is, you have to prepare in this manner.
Yes, sir. Now that we're talking about the significance of a coaching institute for IAS aspirants who need guidance, now, there are many institutes which promise that they aspire along with the students to make them the success. Can every institute do that, or they simply fake certain things and make the students believe that they can do it? Do they, to speak it blatantly, can we say that they are trying to fool the institute, aspirants? And if that is so, how is it happening, and what are the measures the students should know in order to get himself away from such traps?
Actually, institutes are of 5 types. We have talked about that in one of these sessions. One of these institutes are completely professionally managed. That means everything from top to toe, teachers, students, everything is well managed. That is one, professional. There is a second one that is going to be teacher-based. That means where teachers are significant, the management may not be significant in this case at all. The third is which is a tuition center. That is, it is going to be only like a tuition, imparting a tuition. And the fourth is one where these institutes do go on to fool it. They try every trick in the book to fool the students so that they can go to attract it completely based on selling and marketing. They don't have a teacher. The owner of this institute will not have no academic credential at all. The teachers will go to have no academic credential. Then the teaching quality leaves a lot to be desired. And there are going to be a good number of youngsters, 30, 32, 35 years of age, who know nothing, but then they are going to be very good in public relations. Now, there are institutes of this type as well. So institutes are capable of fooling students, and they fool it when the students themselves want themselves to be fooled. Otherwise, it's not essential. If it is that you raise the level of the class and the quality of the class becomes very good, then it's possible that 80% of the students start demanding that we are not able to understand it, largely because they themselves are not prepared to understand that part. And when they say so, that we are not able to understand it, you bring the level of the class down and to such a level that, of course, it is not going to be relevant for the civil services examination at all in this case. That's one way in which the institutes can go on to fool the students. And if the aim of the institute is propaganda or something, they're always going to be fooling it. If the aim of the institute is being populist, that will also when they will go to fool it. If the aim of the student, if the aim of the institute is to somehow create some type of an aura where they'll be able to trap a good number of students, then also they will be able to fool it. If the aim of the institute is completely going to be result oriented, that means to pick up the student and pick up those quality students, what they will going to do is that they will going to categorize the students as per the aptitude, as per the knowledge level, and so on and so forth. So maybe they have a 5 batch, and all the 5 batch students will be generally different, because some of them require a language, some of them will require a knowledge, some of them will require imagination, some of them will require something else. Now that is the ideal thing to do. But then I assume that the institute do going to face a problem in trying to implement it, not because they always want it, but because the students force them to do it so.
Yes, sir. Now that you have been talking about different types of institute that cater to the different whims and fancies of aspirants, many may not be serious enough to get into it. Many may do it like a habit. Now, how to choose? Now, you said that how to choose an institute is an important part in one's life while studying for civil services. And what are the qualities aspirant should look into while he chooses a coaching institute for civil services?
Actually, it's difficult for any student to think of picking an institute because they are awed by the advertisement, they are awed by the propaganda, they are awed by the size of the advertisement, they are awed by what all people can go on to say about it in a variety of ways. So as we're going to talk about it, that ultimately in an institute, what goes on to count and what is most significant is the teacher's qualification and the experience in this case. And when we are going to be talking about teacher's qualification and experience, who are the teachers? How good is it that are they qualified enough to guide you or not? Are they experienced enough in this case? Do they have some values or not? Because you will going to find that a good number of institutes have now, they may not have a knowledge of something like Indian history, medieval Indian history or modern, and they will start distorting the history. A good number of institutes may not going to have a knowledge of geography, and they will going to teach you wrong facts despite the fact that they are no more valid. A good number of them will still going to talk about science where the discovery has gone on to become much more significant right now than what they have been. So the teacher is going to be, the character of the teacher is going to be the most important component in this case. That's one. Qualification is going to be important in this case. Now, from an institute perspective, completely, it is going to be the diversity of programs that are going to be the most significant component. That means you can go to get yourself enrolled into different type of programs. One is for maybe for 3 months, for 8 months, for 1 year, for 2 years, or whatever it is going to be. It is going to be all in all diversity of different type of programs, which is going to be significant here. That's the second part. And the other aspect is what the students have to look for in an institute, and then how is it that they can go to choose it. They can always go to look for a result that is authentic in the sense which is not going to be only a matter of lip service. Lip service in the sense that is, they will going to find all the institutes publishing the name of the students who have qualified, and they can be hundreds of it, and so on and so forth. A good number of them may have been from interview, but the institute will go to take this leverage. There will be some of these institutes which will go on to propagate their interview program and glamorize it. Glamorize in the sense that is those type of questions are not asked in civil services examination. But then these interviews are so prevalent, they are going to be so widely accepted and widely seen. Now, any student who is looking for this interview, and on that basis, they make up their mind to take admission in the institute, that is a complete folly. This is largely because having an interview, sensationalizing some of the replies and questions, and then using it for the purpose of molding the psyche of the student is always going to be fatal. And of course, this is a very unethical practice, very unethical. But then the students have to shy away from all of these aspects.
If given a chance, how can the student decide in picking up a coach, a trainer, and a teacher?
The student must understand the difference. That is, who is a coach, who is a teacher, who is a trainer, and who is a mentor. Now, to begin with it, a trainer is one who will going to make you practice a lot of things, practice every time. He's going to make you practice. He's training you, and he's training you to be perfect of sorts. A coach is one who is going to be picking up a topic for all the 400 students, maybe 500 students, maybe 100 students, irrespective of the fact whether you require it or not. A teacher will be one who will be concerned with explaining to you a concept or a chapter. But then above all is going to be a mentor. A mentor will going to chisel you. A mentor will going to fall in love with you. A mentor will be someone who will going to understand your problems. A mentor is one who will equip with a lot of questions than answers. A mentor is someone who will always go on to help you become a good critic himself. This is largely because unless you happen to know your own demerits, there is no way you can go on to go ahead with it as well. So when we are going to be talking about how to pick it up, you have to understand whether the person is capable of mentoring you or not. Now, merely writing that you are a mentor does not help you to become a mentor, does not qualify you to become a mentor. You're going to find another word that is being used, educator. Now, some of these people who go into wear a jail type of a cloth and become educators, they do not go on to know the essence of education. They have no values. They don't go on to know anything at all, but still they are going to be educators in this case. Now, that is going to be fatal. Because education literacy is going to be different. Education is different. Literacy is different. Having a degree is going to be also different.
Yeah, speaking so, can we differentiate between a teacher and a mentor in a more specific manner?
Yes, yes. See, a teacher is one who maybe explain you something. A mentor is one who will go to open you to a lot of questions. A mentor is more of a spiritual part. A teacher is more of a workhorse. A teacher is one who will go on to explain your topic, make it easy for you. A mentor is one who will go on to expose your mind, who will go on to help you understand your identity, who will go on to help you understand that you are going to be a different human being altogether, different student as well. And a teacher will go on to customize you. See, this is the way that you have to study. A mentor will go on to help you understand you so that you can go on to customize yourself. A mentor increases the curiosity level in you. A teacher does not go on to do that part at all. A mentor is one who will always go on to be a combination of teacher, trainer, coach, everything. But then a teacher is only a teacher. He cannot go on to be a mentor in this case.
Yes. So in this journey, in this aspiration, whom do you think students should take into as trust? A teacher, a mentor, or a coach?
That depends on the student. If it is a mentor is someone that you choose, a coach is someone who goes on to call you. A teacher is someone who is concerned with the teaching part in this case. Now, when we are going to be talking about that you have to choose, you know yourself better, and it depends on your personality whether whom are you going to be choosing and for what purpose. So you have to submit yourself to a mentor, submit yourself, and its identification that is going to be significant. Civil services examination now is not going to be qualified by people who are taught, who are coached. Those who are mentored, they are the one. And mentoring can be anyone who understands you, anyone who is your friend, anyone who is sincere, anyone who is value loaded, anyone who is knowledgeable, anyone who thinks about you, anyone who is a critic of you, anyone who knows your strength. Now, how is it that a teacher and coach can go to know your strengths and weaknesses? Because he or she may not go to know your name because you are taking so many names all in this case. That goes on to become very significant here. So it depends completely on the student what they should go on to, what they are looking for. Whether they are looking to chisel themselves and whether they are able to submit themselves, or is it that they want to qualify for the examination, or is it that they also want to show that they have also appeared in the examination.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us on all these issues related to selecting of an institute, getting trained or coached or mentored, whatever is essential in order to be a successful aspirant. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
To have more such discussions and analysis, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for notifications on our upcoming videos.